Hi everyone, it's Diana at Catherine Diana Studios, and I thought I would do a quick video of showing an envelope, an altered Christmas envelope that can be used just to put, your own homemade card inside, or perhaps if you decide to make your own little journal to put inside to give to someone, or you can use it inside of uh, a journal itself for yourself, or all kinds of things. Anyway, I made it from a piece of paper. I do have a lot of envelopes. I do look for them when I go to thrift stores to see what I can find, and every now and again I get pretty darn lucky, and I end up with quite a few. And so a lot of times I'll use those, or I'll find envelopes, inexpensive ones, or the ones on sale. Use my coupons at, Joann's or Michael's, Hobby Lobby, whatever. This one here I made by hand, and I just took a piece of paper and folded it, and I can kind of do one. I'm not particularly good at it. I prefer to use other envelopes. I know what I'm good at, and I know what I'm not good at, and I can't cut particularly straight with scissors. I don't know why. They're fairly straight, but I kind of go off a little bit. And whenever I'm folding the envelopes on my own, somehow they end up wonky. Never fails. So, except if I use my, my punch from, what is it? We Are Memory Keepers, the envelope punch thingy, which I have somewhere over here. Yeah, here it is. This guy. I do all right with those, but on my own, not so good. And what gets me is Tina at Shabby Dabby Doodah. She does them all the time, and she does them better than this. So everybody has their gift, I guess. Their gift and their talent. So anyway, so I'll show you what happened here. It's I think it looks great. I love it, but you can see it's. I don't want to take this too close because I zoomed in pretty close here. It's wonky this way. So I want to kind of cover that up. So I think what I'm going to do, originally I was just going to leave it like this, and I thought, you know what, I can kind of fake that with a piece of lace or something, and I thought, I'll just do this. So I might as well get started on it. The way I had it laid out, I think it'll be fine. Anyway, but it just goes to show that you're never going to be perfect all the time, and that's okay, and if it's wonky enough to bother you, there's all kinds of ways to kind of camouflage that. So the only thing I'm not sure about is if I'm going to leave this all three out. I think I will, and just do it like so. I'm not sure. I would love one more of these flowers, but I'm out, and chances are I actually have more out in the garage where the rest of my supplies are. But it is 27 degrees outside, or 26, and it's nighttime, and I really don't want to go out in the garage. Even when I dress for it, it's so cold out there, so no. So I'm thinking maybe I'll just do something like that. Actually, that seems awfully big, doesn't it? So what I might do is maybe a flower, or even go over that. I could. I don't really want. Oh, see, now that's pretty, isn't it? I hate to give those up. Now look at me. I'm going to save them for something. And I'll end up using them. I always do. I can come up with something. So I'm going to go ahead and just put this down. Starting to get a little bit of air, so this is it gets kind of cloudy when it's been exposed to air, the Fabri-Tac does. I think we'll do like so, and one more. Probably would look better if they stuck out a little farther, but that's okay. I need to refill this. Come on, baby, let's go. I hope you all are doing well, and you are recovering from your holidays with you know, it's even though we're all laying low, it seems that we're still busy, you know, shopping online and still making cookies and making a traditional meal for whatever holidays we celebrate or don't. And, you know, we're still busy. And not to mention, we're all just stressed out. You know, this is exhausting. We're all in fight or flight mode all the time, and it gets tiring to deal with that month after month. So, you know, just have to focus on hope on the horizon. Things are gonna get better. So, let me get that off of there. So anyway, so I hope you had a relaxing holiday, and you know what, I just might stuff this somewhere in here. I wonder how that would look. Would it look too funny, too goofy? I think it does, kind of. Well, so anyway, I hope you had a lovely, lovely time, and you know, you're just getting time to rest if you can. I know I slept a lot. Christmas Day, I spent most of the day in bed with my books and stuff. I got some really wonderful books this year. Yeah, I'm so excited about that, and I got to spend time going through them. They're all either art books or they're interior design books, and you know, I grew up, my stepmother is an interior designer, and so I grew up being influenced by interior design, and actually I should say she's a retired interior designer now. And I grew up being influenced by interior design, and I also learned kind of how to incorporate that in with my art. I love mixing patterns. You know, you can learn, you look at a room, you know, a Laura Ashley room, or you know, a Charles Fawdry room, whatever, you know, there's so many people in between, and you look how the patterns are mixed in, and you can take a lot of that inspiration and apply it to your junk journals or collages or drawing or whatever you do. You can really incorporate a lot of that. Even your clothing, the way you dress, you can incorporate some of those ideas. You know, mixing patterns is not a bad thing. It actually can turn out quite beautifully. So anyway, so all right, so I'm hoping that that kind of draws attention away from the fact that that's kind of wonky over there. I still see it, but I think someone looking at it at a quick glance probably really wouldn't notice. And you know, I think if maybe, I'm crossing my fingers, maybe if I hadn't told you all that I screwed it up, maybe you wouldn't notice either. But you know, none of us are perfect, and things happen, and you know, you're not going to let your efforts, I won't let it go to waste. I'll try to find a way to salvage something if I can, you know. So anyway, but I thought I'd show you, you know, it's just a piece of paper. That's all it was, a piece of photocopy paper, you know. And that, and hold on a second, I'm gonna take off my jacket. It's getting kind of toasty in here. And a napkin. That's just from a napkin that I think I picked up. A pack, this pack of napkins, I picked them up either at Marshall's or Tuesday Morning. I don't know. They're in part of a haul video I did, probably in November or October, something like that. And then I had this vintage stamp. It's a little wonky up here, but that's okay. And this is just a tag that was from Michael's, one of their sets. And the flowers are Petaloo flowers. This came from Hobby Lobby. These are from Michael's. These little bitty flowers here. This is their Recollections brand. The December 25th and the little birds here are from, I think that's on the back. Here we go. It's a K & Company pack. It's from a couple of years ago. I don't know if it's still available. Anyway, and I'm hoping that it's a Brenda Walton pack, and I'm hoping that's not a lot of glare on there. But anyway, there's just all kinds of stuff. There's some clear. These are both clear. What is this made out of? It's some kind of plasticky whatever. I don't know what it is. And then there's some, you know, it's not quite cardstock, but it's, you know, images there, you know, Santa and stuff like that. So there's that. So I used that. I used a piece of doily here from Dollar Tree, which I picked up. Oh my goodness. probably 2 weeks before Christmas. They had a bunch, and I knew to grab them, so I got red, green, a pattern similar to this, and I think I got some gold ones too. So so I used that, and oh, and some snowflakes, which are Michael's Recollections here, with the glitter, and so that's a little bit, you know, there in the background. And this here is tissue paper, which I have no idea where I got it. I think probably Marshall's or someplace like that around Christmas time. It's this here. It's a big pack, so I can just tear off, oops, whatever I want. I've had this for a couple of years now, and it's taken me forever to use it. So anyway, so there's that, and then on the other side, I just did continuation of this napkin across here, and just did that paper there, and I just did a little patchwork job here, which I obviously need to put some more glue down there. I had a lot of extra little pieces, and I thought, you know, I'm just going to put them to use. Why not? So, you know, I'm not so sure it's really my style, but it's okay, you know, so it works. So, anyway, there we go. And just another little doily part and a couple of remnant pieces here. I don't think I'm going to put any flowers on this, because I'll decide later, but probably not. If I do, they're going to be flat, because this is probably going to go inside of a journal, most likely. I don't know. You know how we make all of our stuff, and then we use it as we go. So anyway, so I thought you might want to take a look at that. And then I thought, where did it go? What we could do, if you kind of want to craft with me. Oh yeah, I did say I was going to show you how I did this, huh? Well, I really stink at it, so I really don't want to show you, but we'll do it anyway. I'll give it a whirl. Why not? I need a piece of paper, and there's one there, and where's, hello, paper? Oh, here we go. You know, I cleaned up my workspace, and I can't find anything. So, you know, I've been working on custom orders and stuff for, I don't know, 2 months, I guess. Custom orders, and then some other stuff for the shop. Why am I not finding my paper? Let me pull it out here. I just want some photocopy paper here. I thought I had some in here. I don't want to use these fancy pants papers. Not that they're particularly fancy, but here it is. It's on the bottom. There we go. Anyway, so, you know, I had all my supplies out here where, you know, where I need them, which you might even be able to see some of this. There's all the glitters here, and there's ephemera here, and it's just blah, blah, blah everywhere. And then I started cleaning it up, and then once I started doing that, I'm like, oh, crud, you know, where do I normally keep that? Because I'm busy, you know, putting something else. So, anyway, so I'm going to put this aside, and, you know, that could, let's see, I'm going to put that right there. All right, now, let me grab my little cutter here. Oops, which is completely covered in glue and everything I need, or glitter rather. I need to take care of that. I think what I'm going to do is, let's do, well, I'll do 6 by 6. That's fine, because that's what this is here. And my big cutter over here has some supplies on it, and I really don't want to have to move them. Because I go through and sort what I think I'm going to need, you know, the colors. You know, I'm going to use a lot of the same colors I used for Christmas, for Valentine's Day, so I'll try to keep those same colors around in ribbons and trims and stickers and, oops, whatever else I have. And so I put them aside over there and start segregating everything again so that I can put all the Christmassy stuff back into the big studio in the garage, and then keep whatever I need here. So anyway, all right, so I just cut this 6 by 6. I realize that's kind of hard to see probably, because it's white paper on a white background. How about that? So anyway, all I am going to do is find my bone folder. No, it's around. I got enough of them. You know, a lot of our tools that we use come with one, you know, so that's fine. But I've got one. It's probably over there, and I'd have to reach over in front of the camera. And if I do that, you're going to see that I need to dye my hair because my roots are starting to show. So I don't want to do that. All right, so I'm going to take this. My goodness, I've got glitter and looks like little dog hair. I trimmed my little doggy's paws tonight, and it seems that I just have a ton of dog hair everywhere. I'm going to try and figure out about. Now this was cut 6 by 6. If I can get my fingers to work, we're good. Because apparently I'm not able to do that. So this was a 6 by 6 paper that I cut. Are you going to touch there? Come on, baby. Let's go. There we go. Alright, that should be okay. Let's hope. Like I said, I'm not particularly good at this. See, it looks wonky to me already. Right there. Doesn't it to you? Maybe I need to bring it over a little bit more. And if you find that you do, is that about right? That you need to do it, because you're decoupaging the envelope, nobody's going to notice that you've got an imperfect fold here. It's not a big deal at all. How did you see what I mean? I end up off. But by the time you decoupage everything, it just doesn't really matter. No one sees anything. You don't notice. I probably should have my, what do you call those, magnifying glasses on. What am I doing wrong here? See, because that looks wonky too. Do. Let me try this. Yeah, let me go right. Oops. You know what's funny is I used to make fold origami. You would never know that, would you? By watching me struggle with this. Sheesh McGeesh. Alright. Let's try that. Okay. I think that'll do. It's not perfect, but, you know, by the time you embellish everything, I can see that that's wonky there, too. So, seriously, go out to Shabby Dabby Doodah and watch how Tina does it. She's Jane Whiz-Bang at this stuff and makes them just fine. I don't know how she manages to do that. See, look how screwy that is. There we go. Alright, all I have to do is straighten that up, and that's fine. That's easy to do. Easy peasy. And it looks so messy like this, but really, by the time you decoupage everything, it's not a big deal. Gosh, I keep seeing Jenny's hair showing up. Goodness, I don't allow dog hair in my studio. They're not allowed in my studio. But I trimmed her paws, and my goodness, it's everywhere. It seems to be just everywhere. So I think this is going to look better this way. So let's try that. Between the dog hair that's popping up and my pieces of glue everywhere. There we go. So, you know, much better. It's not perfect, but it's better. Anyway, so there. I struggled with it because I'm a big doofus. But this is just not my thing, you know. So, but, you know, you don't have to go out and buy envelopes. You know, if you're on a budget, you don't have to. You can get a piece of paper and shoot. You could use cheapers. You know, magazine pages or you know, anything like that would be just fine. Piece of newspaper. You could do fabric. You can do parchment paper. you know, like you use in the kitchen, which a lot of us have on hand. So there's all kinds of things you can do. And, you know, if you don't have magazines, ask your neighbors, ask your, a lot of times, you know, our employers have them in like a waiting room or something like that if you're going to work or not working at home. Or you know, libraries have periodicals that eventually they get rid of. So, you know, there's all kinds of things, ways you can get some things that you can use. You know, even junk mail. You know, I've used that too. I use junk mail to make flowers. I use comic books to make flowers. I haven't done it in a while, but if you can't see here how it's kind of folded wonky because I brought it down to make it smaller. I brought this lip down to make it smaller. I'm running into just a little bit of extra, this part folded over, and I need to go a little lower than that. I also need to get my better glasses. This will help. Let's see here. Get my eyes to adjust. There we go. Oh, look at that. I can see it. Shocking. So, you know, it doesn't have to be super perfect or anything like that. Super perfect. Because that is an official term. I'm going to take just a smidge more. What am I doing? There we go. Just a smidge more off. Okay. There we go. Now, I don't want to really get any glue on this nicer paper here, so I'm going to ditch that, and let's grab a different napkin. What the heck? So anyway, so I struggle with it, and you might struggle too, and you can see this isn't that perfect, and I could actually take this and cut it at a different angle, and you can too. I'm not going to, just for the sake of time and all that. So I'm going to grab another napkin, and oh, this one's pretty. As a matter of fact, I have so many napkins. I've been buying napkins for years that I'm actually going to list them on my Etsy site. I decided to just get rid of some of my inventory. You know, when I retired, I started teaching classes at Michael's when I left my real career. And I accumulated so much stuff because I was buying it all the time. When I stopped working there, one of the managers told me, I'm looking for the lid to this, and I know it's right here in front of me, told me that he could see the difference in the weekly numbers because I wasn't there to buy something. So anyway, I have a bunch of stuff, and I need to just thin out everything because I've got enough stuff for 2 lifetimes probably. And I have things that are discontinued, not available anymore, stuff that people want, stuff that people were disappointed when Michael's discontinued, like a lot of their beads, when they got rid of a lot of their beads, what about 8, 9 years ago, some of their really beautiful stuff, I have it. And I'm thinking to myself, I need to just sell some of that along with some of the napkins that I have and the ribbons that I have. Oh my gosh, because I used to also do backup in the floral department. And sometimes we would create things, like for Halloween, we'd do our own creations and then the store would sell them. Let's see how this goes. It changes. Oh, it still goes this way. This is good. So, you know, I would do that. I would make bows. I would, you know, help make, you know, their centerpieces and their wreaths and all kinds of stuff. Even though I wasn't officially a floral person, you know, if you're artistic and you work at Michael's, they're going to tap you. Probably any store. They're going to tap you to do other things as well. So, anyway, and I had a blast. I absolutely loved it. And the gal that I worked with, Doris, she's retired not long after I started working there, maybe 2 years after I started working there. Oh, she made the most beautiful things. Just magnificent. So, anyway, so I have a lot of stuff, needless to say. And my main studio, the big studio, I came in here because it's cold out in the big studio, and I just got tired of working out there. So anyway, that studio is pretty much set up, oops, very much like a Michael's store in just the sense of how my supplies are in certain areas. I set it up similarly to how the Michael's store was set up back then when I was working there. And oops, here we go. And it just made it easier for me to be able to find things. So, all right, so I'm just going to use a glue stick. And as you saw, I took the backing off of the napkin. Usually most napkins have 2 layers with the decorative layer. Sometimes they have 1. Sometimes they have 3. I think it was 1 once. I swear there was 3. It might have been a goof. I don't know. But anyway, so I'm just going to use my glue stick. And I'm going to, you know what, for the sake of... Hold on a second. Let me grab a piece of this. I don't want to... There we go. I don't want to get a bunch of glue on this. So I will use this as my... this book page here as my... oops. Background here for any extra glue that goes off on the sides. And you don't have to use a glue stick. It just seems to work a little bit better, easier to work with. You can use regular good old Elmer's glue. Just put a little bit on and just smear it, because you can end up with liquid glue on certain projects, or a lot of projects I should say. You can end up with liquid glue, and if it's not smeared evenly, you'll see where the patterns were where you put the glue down, and it doesn't look right. And then you got to figure out how to cover it if it bugs you the way stuff like that bugs me. You know, if it doesn't bother you, then that's cool. You know, you have to worry about it. But all right, let's hope we got this right. Yeah, it's a little off, but that's okay. You know why? Because I'm going to distress ink the edges, and that is all that. So there we go, and it doesn't have to be super perfect. So I'm just going to grab this. Any little wrinkles. Plus, if you do this here, you can also I'm going to make sure I'm in camera. You can, or film, view, whatever. You can also, you know, put a piece of lace here or something like that. So, all right. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to move that for a second because it's got some dry glue on it. I am going to carefully do this edge. I'm not really even getting the edge. I'm letting it intimidate me because I don't want to get any on the other side. So I need to really look and see what I'm doing. There we go. Hope I'm seeing that. And I think I'm hearing my little doggy fuss. All right, so I'm going to do that so that I can get this and pull that tight and plop that down and grab this again and see how we do here. Alright. Now, I have misplaced my... Oh, that fell right behind my desk. Of course it did. Oh, great. I've misplaced somewhere in this mess my really sharp paper scissors, so I'm going to try these. They're not too bad. They're an inexpensive set. They work better than the ones I was using yesterday, so anyway, so I just can't believe that it's almost another year. They go by so fast. Although this one sure took its sweet time, didn't it? What an unpleasant time to be in, you know? But I'll tell you something. When you're talking about this 30 years from now, 40 years from now, to your grandkids and great-grandkids, they're going to remember when they're older, like I remember now, my great-grandmother talking about the Spanish flu because she went through it. And I remember a few things. I don't remember a lot, but I remember being a topic of conversation. That's my little bratty little Pomeranian. If you see my Instagram, you have seen pictures of her. She is a little booger, and she, I rescue collies, and I've been doing that since I was about 8, I think. And so it's been over 50 years. And she keeps the collies in line. She fusses at them and she runs under their bodies because, she's 8 pounds and they're 75 pounds or anywhere between, 55 and about 75 pounds. Some of them, we've had a few of them that have been bigger. We've had 2 of them that came in at 110 pounds. These are big collies, very tall, very big. So she runs the show. So, all right. Hopefully she's not going to fuss anymore. Most likely she's fussing just because she wants to come in here with me, and I'm not going to let her come in. So, I could do the same on this side. I could also leave it plain. If it wasn't so icky, I would, but it's icky. So I think what I'm going to do is grab a different pattern. Do I want to reuse this one? Do I like them together? No, because look how bright and vibrant that is, and this is muted. So let me see what else I've got, because goodness knows, I've got stuff. Let's see. This is kind of bright, and Ooh. Things are shaking back over here. Big old pile of stuff. Okay, this isn't as clear. It's beautiful, and on its own, it's beautiful, but when you put it next to this, you can really see the difference in the quality. This one here, I probably picked up at a grocery store, maybe Marshall's, something like that. I don't, you know what? Let me see if I can tell. Well, it's Party Celebrations brand, so I'm going to guess it was probably a grocery store or something like that. This one here came from Tuesday Morning, and these are those, what's the brand? Michelle, M-I-C-H-E-L, and they're just beautiful. So, let's see here. So I could maybe, no, see, that's not, it's fun, but no. This is nice and bright. It'll be on the back. It could be interesting. I don't know. I don't know if I really like it. I think I do. I can also, I don't really want to bring that in either. So, I could do that. Let me look one more place here. Let's see if I've got it over here. Well, that's kind of not quite bright enough. This is fun. It's actually a piece of scrap of paper, and I think it's from. No, it's me and my, what is it? Me and my big ideas from 2012. This one's been around a while. It's kind of a creamy color background as opposed to this one. Oops, that's looks kind of gray. It's bright, but it's gray. But with that kind of grayish, this is actually kind of pretty. And this has a little bit of a Mackenzie Childs thing to it. Oh, that could be fun. Let's go for fun. All right, we're going to toss this over here. Now I have this big old pile of stuff. Big old pile of stuff. All right, let's see here. I'm going to go ahead and just do a mark here. Oops. I can always trim it up. I always go a little bit longer, a little bit wider. Not too much, but a little bit. And I can always trim it later, you know. So I'm going to try and, I'm going to do a rough cut around this, just so I can get it into my smaller, I went too far. That wasn't too bright. A little bit smaller cutter over here. So let's see here. Just do a quickie little, do that one, and this should be about right. Gosh, I hope so. If I mess this up, I'm not going to be happy with myself. Hang on, I know I'm off camera, but... Oops. Does it go that way? No, it goes this way. Good thing I turned it. I was about to have a fit thinking I really screwed that up. Alright. You take a smidge more off. Goodness, I still need to take a little bit more. Guess I was a little too generous. Now watch, I'll cut it too short, right? You guys have that problem too, and then you're like, dang it. Why did I do that? You know? Okay, I'm going to... I think that's... It really could stand to be a little bit smaller. Not much. Just right over here on this edge, I think. I don't mind seeing the edge down here because I'm going to, this edge anywhere here, because I'm going to, distress it. So, all right, so, see, like you can see how it's a little wonky. It's not quite going in all the way. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut this a little bit big. Matter of fact, I think I'm just going to take it. And it's okay if it's not quite right, because I'm going to distress it. And I'm also probably going to add a little embellishment on the back. You know, so I'm not, oops, too worried about it. There we go. I can actually even take more off, but I think that's probably going to be okay. You know what, I will. I'll take just a smidge. Go just a little bit farther in. Not much. What is that, about 1/4 of an inch, roughly? Can you see that? I realize I'm probably off camera. I hope this whole thing isn't off camera, because I really don't want to do this again. The torture of screwing up on folding up. Holding an envelope made from photocopy paper. Let's see. Oh, that's pretty good. See, I have my moments where I can just bang, good. Other times, not so much. Do just a little bit more off of that. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and I want that tab there, this to clear easily. So, all right, let's try that again. Yeah, it's good. Okay, throw that here. Go ahead and get some glue on this puppy. Oops, goodness, don't you hate when that happens? Oh, come on. Alright. Oh, look. Jenny's dog hair fell off of me from somewhere. You know what, it must be, because I used the roller brush on me and stuff and cleaned myself off, and I think maybe it's when I'm moving around, it might be falling out of my hair, because I'm close to her when I'm, you know, trimming her hair, and I'm giving her lots of hugs and kisses because she doesn't like it. She is a rescue from a bad situation. I happened to be at the shelter one day regarding another animal, and the rescue coordinator was there, and she says, "Do you know anyone who would possibly take this little girl? She doesn't have much time." And she was a Cocker Spaniel mix, and I asked, well, what's her story? And she was part of a neglect and abuse case, and in the state that I lived in at the time, animals that are in those cases or situations, if they are not, once the decision's made, this is going to need some glue. I'm going to put glue on there because it's going to have a lot of, movement and use. I want it to last. So anyway, if they are not taken by a rescue, or the dog or whatever animal does not go back, to the family, which most of the time it doesn't, because it is an abuse case or neglect case, something like that, then the dog gets put to sleep. And she had, like 15 minutes. I was there 15 minutes before closing, and right after closing is when they start pulling the dogs that are going to be euthanized, So, their stray time was up or whatever. And I'm happy to say in that city, over the last several years, while I was there actually, and then since I've been gone and moved away, they really worked really hard to become a no-kill shelter. They've made a big difference. At one point when I first moved to that state, they were euthanizing anywhere between 17,000 and about 21,000 animals a year, every year. And this is a city that has 6 metropolitan animal shelters, and this was the main shelter. Because people were, not being responsible pet owners, and so it was a real problem. So anyway, I asked her a story, found out. She gave me these beautiful little puppy dog eye look, and the coordinator, she's like, "I've got nowhere else to go. I've tried every option." I said, "Well, then fine, I'll take her with me." So Jenny became an honorary collie for our collie rescue, and she actually, she's solid black, and I don't know if you know this, but statistically, black dogs kind of get missed, and they're not adopted as much because they kind of just blend in with the surroundings, and people don't really notice them as much. And so no one really ever wanted to adopt her, and plus people were coming to us for collies. And she's not a collie, so she became my little girl. So I give her lots of hugs and kisses because it's traumatic for her to be groomed. She does not like it. She doesn't like to be touched certain parts of her body. I mean, I can't even imagine what that little girl went through. And I'm just so thankful to have her, and I've had her for over 10 years now, and she's just so precious and sweet. She was just a puppy when I got her. She was less than a year old. And she's such a little doll. She can be a little booger too, but she's such a doll, and I just adore her. And so I think some of this hair that's falling might be off of my hair because I was close to her, giving her kisses and, reminding her that she's safe and it's okay, and Mama's just trimming your paws because, her feet, it gets long. She's got that Cocker Spaniel hair, and it's, it's long. So anyway, hey, that turned out pretty cute. Not too shabby, even though it's wonky, but, we'll find a way to make it less wonky looking. Wonky looking? Is that such a word? It is today. So, and I've got pieces of scraps of everything just kind of laying around here, so I'm kind of wondering if I could just come up with something else to kind of, it's not quite the right shape, to kind of distract from the fact that it's not really cut quite right. And I have something, flat. No. This is too off, but if I had maybe black lace, which I do, but I'm not going to go dig it up. I do have some gold, more of this gold trim stuff here. This was from Dollar Tree, and I love it. It's great for accents and stuff. So we'll kind of play on this Mackenzie Childs kind of thing. Not that they had the in on Harlequin patterns and buffalo check and all that. That's just been around forever, but the way they took it and used it, I thought, or I just don't think, I know, we all know, it just turned out to be something pretty special and pretty amazing. So Let me get this little guy right there. So anyway, so if we see any more dog hair that kind of plops, sorry about that, and I can't believe that I did it, or have it, but do I want that side? You know, I'm going to do that on that side, I think. Because I like this color. I love that too. I like the bold contrast. It's just my taste. You can, you know, do it any way you want. All right, let's find a small little flower or something. What have I got? See, I've got flowers laying around. Well, that brings in the red. If I drop that down, that could be really pretty. It's not quite the same red, though. I like that brighter color. What if... Oh, I hear my dishwasher, so if you hear that, sorry about that. That might be a little over the top, but we'll see. Where'd my little flowers go? All right, you guys, I know you're here. Aha. What about this green? Oh, that's a nice, yeah, that green goes, that's fine. There's really no blue in this, so, you know, all this glitter here has more blue in it, but a little bit, maybe less. You can see, I don't know if that's a lot of glare there, but some of these are really blue and doesn't quite look right, so. Well, that's pretty fancy pants. I think that'll work for me. Yeah, that works. That works, that works. Okay, there it is. Fabri-Tac, which I should have had sitting upside down. I need to refill it. Do I have one back here that's open? I do, but it's a big old honking jar, and I don't want her bottle. And I really don't want to work with it, you know, because they're so enormous, you know. So, anyway, so... So yeah, there's my dog, one of many dog rescue stories, you know, when you've done it for 50 years, and then helped set up a humane society in one of the cities you lived in, and worked really hard with that. God bless the woman who started. Her name was Tara, or is Tara. She's still around. And, you know, she started the first, this was a major metropolitan area, and there was no humane society when I moved there in, was it 98? Yeah, 98. And so she started it, and I was looking to adopt a dog, and we connected, and the next thing I know, she roped me in and my husband into helping her and her husband start a low-cost spay-neuter clinic and get the actual Humane Society designation. So that was kind of cool. I was really very pleased to be part of that, and it was great to do that for a community that really needed it. And now there is another Humane Society there too, so there's two in the city, and now for spay-neuter clinics, there's like 4 or 5 of them now in that city, so it's great. Low-cost spay-neuter clinics that can help, you know, folks who, you know, need a little assistance. So, all right, so that turned out pretty good. I think actually I should kind of go on an angle maybe with that. I don't know. Seems no matter which way I move it. But, oh, I think that turned out pretty. What do you think? Oh, that's kind of neat. So there's the back. Here's the front. And I know it looks like I put it on sideways. If you can see that, it says Paris, da-da-da-da. But, you know, there was writing. You can kind of see it here as it continues. Or there's... there was a postage stamp mark here and some other stuff. Someone's writing is this way, so this is horizontal. So I decided to put it that way. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a label here. We'll start with a label. I don't know what else I'm going to do to embellish that. I've got labels. I picked them up at Michael's and Hobby Lobby whenever they're on sale, when they have them 40 off. And I've got some really pretty black ones in here somewhere. Here we go. Actually, I don't know if this is, if I like that. I like the black, but I don't know if I want to incorporate that. Oh, look, I have glue. What a shock. Let's see. I have black and white ones, but they're too big. I have some other beautiful, they're really cute polka dot black ones. But they have a brown background. That doesn't quite look right. Oh, I've got these chalk whatever. Chalky ones. There we go. This is a little too small. What's in here? Those are too small. Here, you know, I might as well, see, little box full of labels. Oh, here we go. I knew I had these somewhere. Yay! They're much prettier. I think this is going to be much, much nicer. Isn't that beautiful? That might be a little too big. So I'm thinking one of these. Hoping I'm in camera here. I should be. Why not? You know, normally I wouldn't put black, but because that's on the back, I want to kind of play up on that, so why not? How sticky is that? Not very. Dang it. We'll do a little bit of this stuff here. See if I can get any of that on there. La, 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 la. There we go. I trust this more than I trust the label. Let me plop that down. Stay. Okay. All right, so let's do, I'm going to move this to where I can see it, so I might go off camera because I want to make sure I get it straight. Because if I don't have it right in front of me, I'm not going to get it straight. That happens so much, you know. Now, thankfully, with the Fabri-Tac, if you make a mistake, you've got a little bit of time to play with it and move the label. Hang on, boo-boo. She might want to go to bed because she thought that's what we were going to be doing, and I came into my studio. She's like, hey, where are you going? They were all getting ready to follow me upstairs. And I'm like, nope, I'm going to do a video instead. All right, good. Got that one. I think all we need to do is a little bit of embellishment here. Something bright. Bright. Let me find some flowers here. These are kind of bright. I could maybe, we'll see, maybe incorporate that. Hang on, Pooks, I'm coming. Goodness knows. I mean, seriously, I should take my camera and show you guys. This is just part of the Christmas stuff I brought in. It's a box, like yay big, yay wide. Hopefully that's within camera, and about this deep, and it's just lined with so many packs of stickers, and it's presents and candy canes and words and flowers, and it's just everything, you know. Oh, these are nice and bright. So these are from Michael's. No surprise there. Hang on, Poops, I'm coming, honey. So maybe the Merry Christmas. Ooh, I don't know if I like that. That might not be quite the right. Look, Jingle All the Way is kind of cute. Noel. Well, that's kind of pretty. Maybe that with, how about some more of the red? Ugh, I've got so much stuff over there in that corner. There we go. I could maybe do, well, I'm just going to set that there for now so I can kind of get an idea. Do I like it or do I not? I kind of do. Well, I want it with black instead. Since it has red and there's so much red in the paper. Oh, whatever. Just kind of, About a little bit about, no. That's not quite my thing. Ooh, if I added that. But it gets me out of my comfort zone, and that is my thing lately. I want to be out of my comfort zone. I want to be doing things that I normally wouldn't do. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this too. All right, let's see. Hang on, boo-boo. I know you can hear me, sweetie. I know that's why you're fussing. She's like, why aren't you in here loving on me, Mama? So let's try that with this. I think this is overkill. I don't know. You know what? I should have done my edges first. That's all right. Hey, 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 hey. Don't be doing that. Arr. This might be too much. I don't know. I'm just going to go with it. Do it. Just do it. Okay. And partly I'm doing it is because I know she's going to fuss again. And I need to get a drink of water. And it's probably somewhere close to 11 o'clock at night, which isn't too bad. I usually go to bed much later. This retirement thing, when you don't have to be up, oh my goodness. You get into this really bad habit of let me try and make a circle here. Even if it's not the exact circle that I follow, it's okay. You get in a bad habit of binge watching Netflix and stuff at night. You know, because I don't have to get up, you know, which is good. I mean, the bad side of that is I'm old, you know, so don't be, you know, if you're still working, don't be thinking I'm so lucky, because I'm probably 20 years older than you are. So you know, there's always a trade-off, you know. So I don't think that's quite gonna stick, but you know, it's hey. All right, it's pretty darn close. I think that's pretty good, and I am going to put a little bit more on here. This is getting gloppy. Come on. Oops. Oh, smooth move there, honey. Oh, mercy. That's not the right one. I want the wet one. There we go. I gotta get that off of there. Come on. Goodness, I can't believe I did that. Actually, I kind of can. It's late, I'm tired, and I'm getting klutzy. You guys do that too? I guess everybody does, probably. Come on, let's go. Let me get those corners. Alright, so, la 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 la. Da, 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 da. Okay. Woo. Alright, now because I've got that on straight, better make sure that's happening first before I get all confident that it looks fine and then realize, oh, hey, bonehead, you did it wrong. So, alright. Get rid of that. And do that. And I don't think it needs a stamp. I think this is just fine as is. So I am going to grab my little ink doodad, wherever it is. I have it somewhere. There it is. And I'm going to use some, let's peel. I'm going to use some Distress ink. I think I'm going to try Barn Door. I think that's, no, that's a little too, see, that's a little too orangey red. I do have, oh, what's the other red? I have it. Whatever it is, but I have it. It's candy, what is it, candy apple? That'll work. Oh no, that's kind of too pink. Oh, let me grab this over here. Hold on a second. There we go, candy apple. Alright. That's nice and bright, so. Ooh, I like this one. It turned out really cute. Oops, I realize I'm doing this close to me, where you may not actually see what I'm doing. Alright, now, like I said, I probably should have done this before I put all these little goodies around here, but that's okay. Just do a quick little touch up there. So see, when you put this on the edges, I'm sure some of you know, but anybody who's new, whoops, boy, I almost went across that way. Be careful, you don't want to do that. I don't want this to become a, oh, duh, this is what you don't want to do. Goodness. Okay, but, you know, like it wasn't quite on there, it's fine. Once you put on this, it doesn't matter. You don't really notice. I'm going to go ahead and get this edge here. Now see, I can see a weakness there in some glue, so I will go ahead and get that as well. And I'm going to get a little bit of this ink on this Harlequin pattern here too, and that's okay, I don't really mind. You know, it's distress ink. This is not supposed to be anything that's perfect. Once you start introducing a product that's called distress, you already know it's not going to be perfect. Oh, what's that? A piece of paper there. Oh, I'm so excited. This turned out so cute. Okay. You know, and if you wanted to, and I may do it too, I've got black lace. I could put a piece of black lace across there and it would be darling. So, you know, I could do that. Red lace would look good. Green, any of the colors that are in here would be fine. You can even bring in some of that grayish color there too. So, grayish, is that such a thing? I'm going to take a chance here and try to get this edge maybe. I don't know. When you start trying to work on the envelopes on the inside, it's really easy to goof and end up with a smudge on the paper here. So I do everything possible to keep this paper up and away from the background here so I don't end up with a problem. And sometimes you might get some bleed through. So, because I am using an inexpensive piece of copier paper, and it's just 20-pound paper, and I think it's probably inkjet paper, so it's not really designed to get super wet. And I need to put a little something in here. Well, I need to put a lot of something in here. I'll use this. And anyway, so, you know, it's the paper here that we add to it that really bulks it up and gives it some strength. So, you know, I normally use the Yoo-Hoo glue, but I'm out, and so I'm using the Craft Bond, this Elmer's Craft Bond, until I run out of that, and I have quite a bit of it, and I'm not sure. I mean, it works nice, but I don't think it works as well as the other, as the, you know, this brand here. These, love this stuff, but, you know, I got nothing. I'm scraping the bottom. So I love it, and I don't know where to get it anywhere. I found it here in town one time, and I've never seen it since. So, you know, I'm going to have to order it online. But since I managed to pick up a pack of these at Michael's, and I used they had a 40 off coupon, I don't know, I guess around Halloween. And so I bought a big pack of those, like 4-pack of those big extra strength ones there. Goodness. And then I went and bought another one. So to hold me over, I thought, well, because they were working pretty good. So I went and bought another one. Now I can't get the lid on. Isn't that how that works? Right? Come on, what's your deal? There we go. Anyway, so, you know what? I thought I had it, and apparently I don't. That's pretty bizarre. There it goes. Goodness, whoa, what a pain that was. Anyway. So I usually use that glue, and it sticks better, I think. So, but again, this works great. Heck, even the stuff at the dollar store, the Jot brand, it actually isn't too bad, you know. So, all right, so there we go. So this was just this. One of these. Now you're going to see how messy my workspace is. Ta-da! You know, it was just a piece of paper like so. I cut it 6 by 6, folded, you know, triangle shape, triangle, triangle, triangle. Fiddled with it, as you saw. And that was it. Made the paper, made the envelope, and just decoupaged a napkin over. On this side, used a piece of scrapbook paper, which, honest to goodness, I don't know where I got this from. Oh, this is Paper Studio, so this would be Hobby Lobby. So you can probably get this at a Hobby Lobby anytime. And, you know, they sell their paper 25 cents a piece, which is why I go there, because the paper's so much cheaper. I love Michael's. Like I said, I taught classes there, but dang it, their paper's like 79 cents a piece, and I'm like, no, I'm not paying that. So, anyway, so, oops, here we go. So, we just put that there and did some quick embellishments, and these pieces here were scraps. I mean, obviously, I cut this piece right here off of the gold, you know, this I have it in green too. I got these at Dollar Tree, so it was just this for $1. But it's in gold. It's just kind of buried farther down on the tube that I keep them on. So that was that with a little piece of eyelash trim that I had just sitting here. And then I had a little piece of this pretty, I don't know where I got this. I think I got this at Dollar Tree. Do I have it? There's another piece of it right here. It's this tulle, but it has little glitter on it. And I think I got it at Dollar Tree. If I didn't, I probably got it at Hobby Lobby. One or the other. Pretty sure one or the other. So anyway, there was that, and then some eyelash trim, which I did get at Hobby Lobby, but I got this stuff quite some time ago. It's a Yarn Bee and the eyelash yarn. I haven't seen eyelash yarn in a long time, so I'm glad I bought it all when I did. And I'm glad I bought all these, like, last year or the year before. I got these in, I got blue, iridescent white, bright red, and green, and I haven't seen them since, so I'm so thankful I got them for all my Christmas journals. So anyway, so did that, and then this is from a Recollections collection, which is from Michaels. I believe they still sell this. I'm pretty sure they do, or they have something similar to it. I just saw it recently, and I just pulled it off of there and put it here, and that's that. So cute, huh? And you could put a gift card in this. You just change it for birthday or wedding anniversary, whatever. It's super easy. And if you don't have napkins, you can use newspaper clippings. You can use your junk mail. You can cut out images from magazines, anything. You can do so much stuff. So for inspiration for that, go out to Kat Hand's page, her YouTube page. She's got, or site, whatever, channel, there we go. She put out a video a couple of weeks ago just showing, magazine clippings and stuff that she uses, and it's beautiful. They look great. And that's something I need to do. I've been collecting stuff like that for over 20 years. I have those brown big folders, office folders that are accordion style. They're sorted by colors, patterns, jewelry, outdoors, things like that for me to use in collage, and they're all at least this thick. They're just packed. I cut out pictures from catalogs and brochures of carpets, Middle Eastern style carpets and the patterns and all that stuff. And I have so much of it, so I really need to put it more to use, or throwing it in when I'm selling stuff on eBay and putting it in, or putting a kit together, because I just have so much. When you've been doing stuff like this for 20 some odd years, it's amazing how much you collect, and you don't realize it until you really step back and look at it and go, oh my gosh, I have got to get rid of some of this. But you don't want to get rid of it because it's great stuff. So anyway, so that's it. But you could put, if you got a gift card, you could put it inside with your note, whatever, and it would turn out really cute. So I thought that turned out great. So anyway, I hope you're having a great day, evening, whichever. Hope you're staying safe and healthy. Everybody, everyone, you're all in my prayers and thoughts all the time. All the time. This is just a mess. So, I was going to work on this tonight, but I think I'll do a separate video and just do it tomorrow. This, again, is just a napkin. This is over an actual envelope. It's just a napkin, decoupaged on, but I need to finish it up. So I'll do a separate video for that. I'll do that tomorrow. So anyway, but I hope you all have a great day. Be safe, be healthy, be happy, take care, and we'll talk soon, okay? See ya, and thanks so much for watching. Take care. Bye-bye.